Hello world, today is November 12th, 2013. This is Bible Time Capsule. I'm Citizen, by the way. We are in Josue chapter 9. Let's begin then. Chapter 9, Confederacy against Israel. When the news reached the kings west of the Jordan, in the mountain of the regions, and in the foothills, and all along the coast of the Great Sea as far as Lebanon, Hethites, Amorrites, Chanaanites, Pherezites, Hevites, and Jebusites, they all formed an alliance to launch a common attack against Josue and Israel. Next section. The Gabaonite deception. That's Gabaonite. Gabaonite. The Gabaonite deception. On learning what Josue had done to Jericho and Hai, the inhabitants of Gabaon put into effect a device of their own. They chose provisions for a journey, making use of old sacks for their asses and old wineskins, torn and mended. They wore old patched sandals and shabby garments, and all the bread they took was dry and crumbly. Thus they journeyed to Josue in the camp at Gabaon, where they said to him and to the men of Israel, "We have come from a distant land to propose that you make an alliance with us." But the men of Israel replied to the Hevites, "You may be living in the land that is ours. How then can we make an alliance with you?" But they answered Josue, "We are your servants." Then Josue asked them, "Who are you? Where do you come from?" They answered, "Your servants have come from a far-off land because of the fame of the Lord your God. For we have heard reports of all that he had did in Egypt and all that he had did to the two kings of the Amorrites beyond the Jordan, Sihon, king of Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth. So our elders and all the inhabitants of our country said to us, 'Take along provisions for the journey and go to meet them. Say to them, we are your servants. We propose that you make an alliance with us. This bread of ours was still warm when we brought it from home as provisions the day we left to come to you, but now it is dry and crumbled. Here are our wineskins, which were new when we filled them, but now they are torn. Look at our garments and sandals, which are worn out from the very long journey.' Then the Israelite princes partook of their provisions without seeking the advice of the Lord. So Josue made an alliance with them and entered into an agreement to spare them, which the princes of the community sealed with an oath." Next section. Gabaonites made vassals. 3 days after the agreement was entered into, the Israelites learned that these people were from nearby and would be living in Israel. The third day on the road, the Israelites came to the cities of Gabaon, Saphira, Beroth, and Kiriath Jearim, but did not attack them because the princes of the community had sworn to them by the Lord, the God of Israel. When the entire community grumbled against the princes, these all remonstrated with the people. "We have sworn to them by the Lord, the God of Israel, and so we cannot harm them. Let us therefore spare their lives and so deal with them that we shall not be punished for the oath we have sworn to them." Thus the princes recommended that they be let live as hewers of wood and drawers of water for the entire community. And the community did as the princes advised them. Josue summoned the Gabaonites and said to them, "Why did you lie to us and say that you lived at a great distance from us, when you will be living in our very midst? For this you are accursed. Every one of you shall always be a slave, hewers of wood and drawers of water, for the house of my God." They answered, "Your servants were fully informed of how the Lord your God commanded his servant Moses that you be given the entire land and that all its inhabitants be destroyed before you. Since, therefore, at your advice, we were in great fear for our lives, we acted as we did. And now that we are in your power, do with us what you think fit and right. Josue did what he had decided. While he saved them from being killed by the Israelites, at the same time, he made them, as they still are, hewers of woods and jars of water for the community and for the altar of the Lord, in the place of the Lord's choice. That's the end of chapter 9 of Josue. This is Bible Time Capsule. I'm Citizen. Peace. I'm out.